like I know it feels like I'm in love. I know it feels like I know it feels like I'm in love.
Well, hello there, Cancerians, and welcome into your February reading. Now, for this series this month, I try to get out one reading a month. I hope to do more once I have some new equipment that is coming. Gonna kick it up a notch here very soon, but we are proposing the question of universe. What in me needs to be in better alignment in order to step onto my highest timeline, in order to enter the life, the frequency of my highest and greatest good? This statement is a response back from the universe saying, I love you, but you need to see this. You need to take a look at this right over here. So I pulled a Guardian Angel Oracle card to start off, Cancerians, and we've got self-criticism. We, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate towards yourself. Observe the times when you have critical thoughts about you and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light, even if at times you think you are less than perfect. Remember that God, universe, source, however you see our divine source creator, that God and divine perfection exist in all things, even in the mistakes, even in the perceived failures, even in the things that we don't quite get right. They're all lessons, and the perfection of our journey as a spiritual being having human experience. There is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. There is only an experience of lessons. Let's have some fun. We're gonna dig in here, and we start off with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, which today we're picking up an energy of a divine masculine or a divine feminine that is no longer finding the party scene to be fulfilling. You know, we all go through our stages, some of us later on in life, some of us younger out of high school, but either way, most of us go through this rebel stage of, hitting it hard, having some fun, making some memories. But the universe is saying that overindulgence in spirits or anything for that matter that takes us out of alignment with our natural balance, our natural yin and yang of things, will be an energetic blockage to our abundance. And we see that today clarified by the Magician in the reverse, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. All reversals, all kind of like somebody sitting back in an internal process and thinking, man, I'm not able to manifest anything in my life. I've been unable to save money. And here we go. This is, maybe there's a significant other or a person in your life that have been going through a transformation. And during this time, someone is recognizing that you've been facing difficulties in your balance and love in your relationship because maybe you've been putting more attention on overindulgence and, partying with your friends, your girlfriends, your buddies or whatever, and you have not had any energy to put attention on a connection, on having a fulfilling, intimate connection. I just saw 333. So take that how it resonates for you, but the universe is saying, I love you, but you need to see that this overindulgence in anything excessively can become an energetic blockage to us aligning with our abundance. Our manifestations will seem delayed or not coming at all. Our finances will stay in that same cycle of, living paycheck to paycheck, barely having enough. By the next time our paycheck comes, we're broke as a joke. Most of us have lived paycheck to paycheck most of our lives. If you haven't, well, you're doing something right. I just saw 444. That's the number of peace and stability. So, Cancerians, let's see what else we've got here for you. So the advice from the universe is we're striving not to have discordant imbalances in our personal relationships. We can't be overcritical about ourselves. Remember, you're an energetic being on the schoolroom of Earth. You have entered a human meat suit, your vessel, and we're all doing the best we can. The best we can do is recognize this area in our life that needs more balance and put an actionable plan in place to kind of like reel it in, instead of going home every night with a six-pack in hand and falling asleep half drooling on yourself because you got a decent buzz. All of this is recognizing that we are human, and no one is saying, become stiff. Like, oh, you can't have a glass of wine, you can't smoke that joint, you can't go out and party with your friends. No, that's not what we're saying here. The universe is saying to stay on our highest timeline and not get sidetracked going down karmic paths because we're imbalanced and we're overindulging in certain areas in our life. This can be we're overindulging in eating, so we're physically not healthy, which is going to have an effect on how we go forward in our life on our highest timeline, right? So if someone continues to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day for their entirety of their life, you are aligning yourself with the timeline of having lung problems later on. Whereas if you make a few minor adjustments and you reel in that overindulgence into something that really does just want to kill us, let's be honest, well, we'll find better balance because we've taken steps to align with our greatest timeline so the universe can bring in that abundance and know that we're going to be around to enjoy it, right? I'm just giving that as some examples. This could be with porn, eating, gambling, drinking, drugs, sleeping too much, being addicted to social media where you're not participating in conversations around you because you've got your hand glued on your phone. I mean, that's not living in the moment, so all this is about bringing balance. The number 2 energy I kind of picked up in this, I love you, but you need to see this, is the cherry in reverse. This is a divine masculine who has not stepped forward and taken action in a certain area of your life. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to buy a van and go see all the national parks. My goal is to spend my winters in warm places at national parks and seeing things where the sun is still shining. I'm working towards that goal. But right now, the van is parked and you haven't gone anywhere, right? You're still in that energy of I'm not taking action forward. Now, when I say divine masculine and divine feminine, these are energies, not genders. So we could just as well have a female that's not taking action and she's in her divine masculine energy, right? Because that is the energy of action. That's the card in the tarot of the sun. That's the action taker. So the van is parked with the Page of Swords. This is someone who keeps making plans. They're writing things down. Maybe you've even got a vision board of what it is you'd like to accomplish. Or this could be somebody who's been trying to write a letter or send a message to someone. And then the sun comes out right here. This is a card of clarity, happiness, and celebration. So maybe taking these actionable steps, whether it's, you do need to go and talk to somebody, maybe you want to put effort into a relationship where you haven't put any energy into it, or maybe this is you just creating your vision board. I have a vision board on my wall. I'm looking at it right now. The universe says is that when we want to manifest, we have to take actionable steps to clear the blockages, and then actionable steps to bring those things into our experience by setting our intention. So next we have this Queen of Cups in the reverse, and this is an energy of someone who, may have offered their heart and then withdrew it very upset. Maybe you've offered your heart and then you have changed your mind and withdrawn. And, maybe we have to recognize that there are times where we nurture everyone else's emotional needs and we put our own on the back burner, right? This is in typical empath fashion when we're unhealed and we're people pleasing and we're overgiving and we're being taken advantage of, and family members and friends are taking our resources of our time, our money, sometimes our energy, because it's just exhausting dealing with them, and they're always trying to get something out of us. Well, the advice here from the universe is that if you've put your life on hold and you are running around people pleasing, overgiving, self-love is what we need to focus on first. We need to make sure that our cup is filled so that we have extra to give other people if we so choose to do that. This is someone who, hasn't really taken any action possibly towards a Queen of Cups. There's another way to look at this. They continually write and rewrite messages only to delete them. They've been unable to take action and clarify a situation where they realized finally that they themselves needed to prioritize some self-care, right? Now, this Queen of Cups may have realized in this process that she too had not prioritized her own emotional needs and had put them on the back burner, giving to everyone else and every situation around her. So here we have a divine masculine energy, not gender, who is recognizing that possibly we need to wind in some overindulgence, get that little devil energy under control. I just saw 1221. That dark side of us is there not for us to hide and suppress and not want to take a look at. Our shadow side is part of us, and it shows us in places that we need to heal or that we're out of balance. So if we neglect ever looking at those parts of us that some people may find problematic, right? Or like those are your issues. Well, we're all human and we're all having this experience. As a spiritual energetic being, we're learning how to work within these energies. This energy here today that we're picking up is, it seems to me like we have, someone who is recognizing that there is a blockage to them manifesting what it is they truly desire. It also looks like they've taken a lack of action to explain their situation, possibly to a soulmate, to somebody they feel deeply bonded to, a twin flame. Take it how it resonates for you. All are viable connections on our earth right now. But if you haven't explained your situation to someone that you do have this deep bond to, this is also being recognized as a blockage for you. They haven't made time to pursue love, maybe because he or she hasn't considered a relationship a priority. The DM energy and the DF energy universe wants you to prioritize you. Now, this individual may have been enjoying this single life, partying, having a grand old time, doing me. But now they're kind of starting to put those dots together of why my finances are in stagnation, why I can't seem to save, and certainly not have any time or resources to date anybody. I just saw 1444. Even if they have a strong bond, their energy in all other areas of their life is exhausted, so they have nothing to give. But he watches her every move. And some nights he probably sits down to write a message over and over again to explain why he hasn't taken any action, why he never accepted this Queen of Cups, cup of love, and there's the ring. He may eagerly watch her on social media or whatever if she's got a public presence, to see if she's kind of with another suitor. Like, I haven't taken a step forward, but I can't stop watching her. This is an energy of someone who is persistently, trying to observe the situation and really in all hearts of hearts wants to explain themselves, but the words just don't seem to come out. Now, if this is resonating with you, hit the 555 in the comment section, claiming this energy of change. And with the Strength card in the reverse, this is finding the courage to change your thoughts about the situation. This is putting yourself in someone else's shoes for 1 minute, going down the rabbit hole of seeing a situation from possibly someone else's eyes. Maybe from this Queen of Cups eyes or from her heart. How does this affect her not knowing what's going on? With the Knight of Pentacles, this is, the slowest moving energy in the deck. And, this is a single character. The universe is saying, accept who you are, always strive to find better balance and be your best version of yourself. But if you like being single and the bar scene is your thing, tell her. Don't pretend you're something you're not. If you like pretending you don't drink, be authentic and accept who you are where you're at. Explain that you need to prioritize some self-love. Universe says to be authentic with those around us that love us or that we claim we love them. If you've been a self-indulgent, jerk, admit it. If your life has gone to shit and you're broke as a joke because of your self-indulgence or putting your energy, letting it bleed out in all these other places and not giving to yourself, admit it. Own it. Yes, I'm a flawed human being. I make mistakes. I do dumb shit. I don't always say the right thing and I don't always make the right choices. If you've never prioritized a love interest and you wish to remain single, you don't want to be in a romantic relationship, admit it. Tell her. Let her move on. Tell her to go find someone else. Loving somebody doesn't mean holding them encapsulated, in a bubble for when the timing is right for you. Love is letting somebody go and have their life experiences. If you know in your heart that you owe this queen at least the respect of an email or a message explaining that you're in a process of healing and that you need to focus on yourself. The universe says, stop being self-critical of your words, of what you say, of what you don't say. Stop being self-critical of doing everything perfect. There is no failure in life. There is only lessons and experiences. Nothing is a failure. If you're open to having the ending be whatever is in your highest and greatest good without any expectations, judgments, or preferences, everything is just a beautiful experience. Admit you're only human. I'm only human. Isn't there an 80s song back there? Do better the next time. Try not to create any other karma by hurting someone with a lack of communication. Communication, our words, our expression of our thoughts and our emotions are our most powerful tool to aligning with the life that we want, to align with abundance. But if we can't speak our truth, if we can't be honest and authentic in this experience as a spiritual energetic being, we are always going to be just bashing our head up against the door, blockage after blockage, having our manifestations never come to fruition, and thinking that, we're just unlucky, I never get anything good. Nothing good ever happens to me. This is because you have to take responsibility for your healing and your self-awareness about what's going on in your life and really take a deep look at these energetic blockages that are blocking your abundance, period. That's the most important thing we can do, and we all have them. Nobody is without flaws. Nobody's perfect. And being self-critical of ourselves is a very low negative energy that keeps us just cycling on that karmic path instead of stepping into that life that is really meant for us to have, that is just totally filled with abundance and emotional fulfillment, finding our life to be emotionally fulfilled. A couple years ago, I made some radical decisions to take the stress out of my life, to forgo making money as a nurse, and I decided that I was going to simplify my life, and it gives me time to pursue creative interests such as this YouTube channel. And yes, it's slow growing, but I always do it in the spirit of, if one person listens to a message and gets one thing out of it that allows them to change their perspective or live their lives more in alignment, then I did my job. I always had on my vision board right now, it says to be a greater influence in small ways, big ways, whatever that is. I just ask the universe to use me in order to help others, figure out how it is for us to function as a spiritual, energetic being in our meat suits, having this experience of ascending. We're raising the frequency on the planet right now. We're going into the kingdom of heaven. It's not somewhere where we fly off to. It is an energetic frequency that we match and then we enter. And if we want to match it, well, then we have to remove these energetic blockages, and we have to clear out all this old dense energy so that new light can come in. We can make better choices for ourselves. We can be in better alignment with what our soul's purpose is. And that is, to me, abundance. It's not financial abundance. Abundance to me is, everything you do almost feels like a vacation when you get to that spot. You don't need to take vacations because your life is a vacation. You stepped into alignment in your true authenticity. And authenticity is actually a higher frequency vibration than even unconditional love, is to just be authentic. Send that text, write that email, make that phone call. Contact that father or mother that you haven't talked to in a long time. Send a message to that child, that maybe adult child you haven't talked to in a while. Send that message to that friend that you've lost contact with over the years. Do what makes you happy. Do what brings joy into your life. I just saw 2424 and I've gone long enough, Cancerians. I'm getting off here. Gotta shut my mouth. I'll see you at your next reading. Peace and love. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if this resonated with you. Peace.
Yeah.